3 vitamins that your skin needs to eliminate wrinkles and rejuvenate the skin after 60. Did you know that many older adults are losing collagen in their skin every day without realizing it? And the most worrying thing is that even if they use expensive creams, wrinkles keep appearing. But don't worry, because here is the solution. And at the end of this video, I'm going to explain how you should take them correctly to obtain results in just hours. Let's begin. After the age of 60, the skin begins to experience very important changes, and many of them occur silently. They do not appear from one day to the next, but rather they develop little by little over time, until one day the person looks in the mirror and feels that their skin no longer looks the same as before. From a medical point of view, there are 3 main changes that explain why the skin begins to show more wrinkles and signs of aging at this stage of life. The first is that the body begins to produce much less collagen. Collagen is a fundamental protein for the skin. It is, to put it in a simple way, the structure that keeps the skin firm, smooth, and resistant. When we are young, our body produces collagen constantly, which allows the skin to remain tight and elastic. But after the age of 60, that production decreases considerably. In fact, many people can lose up to a significant percentage of their natural collagen each year. As a result, the skin begins to lose support, becomes more fragile, and wrinkles begin to become more noticeable more easily. The second important change is that the skin loses elasticity and firmness. With the passage of time, not only does collagen decrease, but also other very important transcription translation substances such as elastin, which is the protein responsible for allowing the skin to stretch and return to its place. When elastin decreases, the skin no longer has the same ability to recover. This causes the expression lines that were once barely visible to begin to turn into deeper wrinkles, especially in areas such as the face, the neck, and around the eyes. The third change has to do with the regeneration of skin cells. In young people, the skin renews itself constantly. Old cells are replaced by new cells in a fairly fast process. But after the age of 60, that process of cellular renewal becomes much slower, and when the skin takes longer to regenerate, it begins to accumulate aged cells, which causes its appearance to change. That is why many people begin to notice that their skin looks thinner, because it has lost part of its natural structure. Drier, since the production of natural oils that help keep it hydrated also decreases, with spots due to changes in pigmentation and the accumulated damage from the sun over many years. And of course, with wrinkles that become increasingly visible and deeper. Before continuing, write the word skin if you are committed to protecting your skin and eliminating wrinkles. Now then, this is where many people make a very common mistake. They try to solve this problem only with creams or external treatments, when in reality, the health of the skin also depends greatly on what happens inside the body. And what many people do not know is that certain vitamins have the ability to activate natural processes inside the body that help protect, repair, and nourish the skin from the inside. These vitamins participate in the production of collagen, help protect the cells from damage caused by aging, and also favor the regeneration of the skin. That is why when the body receives the appropriate nutrients, the skin can remain stronger, more elastic, and with a healthier appearance even after the age of 60. Vitamin number 1, vitamin C. Vitamin C is one of the most important vitamins for the skin. This is because it stimulates the natural production of collagen, the protein that keeps the skin firm and elastic. Collagen, so that you can understand it in a simple way, works like a kind of scaffolding that supports the skin. It is the structure that gives it support, resistance, and that firm appearance that we normally associate with young skin. When the body has enough vitamin C, it can produce collagen in a much more efficient way. This helps the skin maintain its elasticity, its texture, and its ability to remain smoother over time. However, after the age of 60, something very important happens. The body no longer absorbs or uses nutrients with the same efficiency as before. And when vitamin C levels begin to decrease, the skin is one of the first organs to reflect that change. When vitamin C levels are low, the skin can become more fragile, duller, and more prone to wrinkles. Many people notice that their skin begins to look more tired, with less brightness, and with a less uniform texture. This happens because vitamin C not only participates in the production of collagen, but it also helps keep the skin protected against different factors that accelerate aging. In addition, vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant, which means that it helps protect the skin against the damage caused by the sun and aging. Over the years, our skin is constantly exposed to factors that generate what doctors call oxidative stress. Among them are solar radiation, environmental pollution, cigarette smoke, and even some natural processes of the body's own metabolism. These factors produce unstable molecules known as free radicals, which can damage skin cells and accelerate the appearance of wrinkles, spots, and loss of firmness. This is where vitamin C plays a fundamental role. It acts like a kind of protective shield that helps neutralize these free radicals, protecting skin cells and helping delay some of the visible signs of aging. But in addition to protecting, vitamin C also participates in skin repair processes. For example, it helps tissues recover better, favors healing, and contributes to the skin maintaining a more uniform and healthy appearance. That is why when a person maintains good levels of vitamin C, it is more likely that their skin will preserve a more luminous appearance, firmer, and with fewer signs of premature aging. Now then, the good news is that this vitamin can be easily obtained through certain natural foods. Some foods rich in vitamin C are orange, kiwi, peppers, strawberries, and guava. These foods not only provide vitamin C, but also other beneficial compounds for the skin, such as antioxidants, water, and fiber, which help keep the body in better condition. For example, red peppers contain very high amounts of vitamin C, even more than some fruits. Strawberries and kiwi, in addition to vitamin C, provide antioxidants that also help protect skin cells. And guava, which is often overlooked, is one of the fruits with the highest vitamin C content that exists. However, here is something very important that many people do not know. It is not enough simply to consume vitamin C from time to time. The body needs to receive it regularly because this vitamin is not stored in large amounts inside the body. That is to say, the body uses it and the excess is eliminated. So it is important to maintain a constant intake. But there is something that many people do wrong when consuming vitamin C, and that is why they do not obtain all its benefits for the skin. And it is that many times they consume it in very small quantities. Or they combine it with habits that reduce its absorption, or they simply do not include it frequently enough in their daily diet. For that reason, in many cases, even though the person believes they are consuming vitamin C, their body is actually not receiving the necessary amount to properly support skin health. And when this happens, collagen production can continue to decrease, causing the skin to keep losing firmness over time. If you are interested in taking care of your health and learning more tips like these, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Well, we continue with vitamin number 2, vitamin E. Vitamin E is known as the vitamin of the skin, and it is not a coincidence that many dermatologists and skin health specialists give it that name. This is because this vitamin fills a very important function, protecting skin cells against oxidative damage, one of the main causes of premature aging. With the passage of the years, our skin is constantly exposed to different factors that accelerate its wear. The sun, pollution, hormonal changes, stress, and even a diet poor in nutrients can cause skin cells to deteriorate more quickly. That deterioration occurs largely due to the action of the so-called free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells and affect fundamental structures of the skin, such as collagen and elastin. This is where vitamin E plays a really important role. This vitamin acts as a powerful antioxidant, helping to neutralize these free radicals and protecting skin cells from the damage that accelerates aging. But its benefits do not end there. Vitamin E also participates in other processes that are fundamental to maintaining healthy skin over the years. It also helps to maintain hydrated skin, improve elasticity, and reduce the appearance of fine lines. And this happens because vitamin E contributes to strengthening the natural barrier of the skin. This barrier is the layer that helps prevent the skin from losing too much moisture and that protects it against external aggressions. When that barrier functions correctly, the skin can retain water better, which helps it remain more hydrated, softer, and with a healthier appearance. On the contrary, when vitamin E levels are low, the skin can become drier, more sensitive, and more vulnerable to the formation of wrinkles. Many older people notice that their skin begins to feel rougher or tighter. In many cases, this is because the skin has lost part of its natural ability to remain hydrated and protected. For that reason, maintaining good levels of vitamin E can make an important difference. After the age of 60, maintaining good levels of vitamin E can help the skin look smoother and healthier. In addition, some studies suggest that this vitamin may help improve the overall appearance of the skin, making it look more uniform and better protected against the environmental damage accumulated over the years. The good news is that vitamin E is found in several natural foods that can easily be incorporated into the daily diet. It can be found in foods such as almonds, sunflower seeds, avocado, and olive oil. For example, almonds are one of the most well-known sources of vitamin E. A small handful a day can provide a significant amount of this beneficial vitamin for the skin. Sunflower seeds also contain high levels of vitamin E, in addition to other nutrients that help protect the body's cells. Avocado, for its part, is a very interesting food because it not only provides vitamin E but clears throat, also healthy fats, which are essential for keeping the skin nourished from the inside. And olive oil, especially when consumed in its extra virgin form, provides antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that can contribute to the general care of the skin. Including these foods regularly can help the body have the necessary nutrients to keep skin cells better protected against the passage of time. However, there is something that many people do not know. Although vitamin E is very important for protecting the skin, it is not the only vitamin that participates in its renewal and repair. In fact, there is another vitamin that many people completely ignore, but that fulfills a key function in one of the most important processes for skin health, cellular regeneration. Vitamin number 3, vitamin A. Vitamin A is essential for the cellular renewal of the skin. This means that it helps the body replace old cells with new cells. To understand why this is so important, it is necessary to remember that our skin is in constant renewal. Every day, millions of skin cells age, become damaged, or simply reach the end of their natural cycle. When we are young, the body replaces these cells quickly, keeping the skin fresh, uniform, and healthy. But after the age of 60, this renewal process becomes much slower. Old cells remain longer on the surface of the skin, which can make the skin look duller, rougher, and with a less uniform texture. In addition, when cellular regeneration slows down, it also becomes more difficult for the skin to repair itself against the damage accumulated over time. This is where vitamin A plays a fundamental role. This vitamin participates directly in the processes that allow skin cells to renew, repair, and regenerate correctly. Thanks to this mechanism, the body can eliminate aged cells more easily and replace them with new and healthier cells. When this process functions correctly, the skin can look smoother, more luminous, and with fewer wrinkles. Many people notice that their skin begins to lose its brightness over the years. That dull appearance is not always due only to age, but also to the fact that old cells accumulate on the surface of the skin. When the body has the appropriate nutrients, such as vitamin A, this renewal process can function in a more efficient way, helping the skin recover part of its natural luminosity. But in addition to participating in cellular renewal, vitamin A also has other very important benefits for the skin. Vitamin A also helps stimulate collagen production and improve the texture of the skin. This is especially relevant after the age of 60, when collagen production has already decreased naturally. By stimulating this process, vitamin A can help the skin maintain a better structure and a firmer appearance. In addition, it contributes to improving the general texture of the skin, making it feel smoother and more uniform over time. For this reason, vitamin A has been widely studied in dermatology and is considered one of the most important nutrients for skincare. Fortunately, there are several natural foods that can provide this vitamin to the body. Some foods rich in vitamin A are carrot, sweet potato, spinach, liver, and pumpkin. Many of these foods contain compounds called beta-carotenes, which the body can convert into vitamin A according to its needs. For example, carrots and pumpkin are known for their high content of beta-carotenes, which in addition to benefiting the skin, also act as natural antioxidants. Sweet potato is another very interesting food. since it provides vitamin A along with fiber and other nutrients that help the proper functioning of the body. Spinach, for its part, contains a combination of vitamins and antioxidants that can contribute to protecting the body's cells. And liver is one of the most concentrated sources of vitamin A available in foods, although it should be consumed in moderation. When these foods are part of a balanced diet, the body can receive the necessary supply of vitamin A to support the skin regeneration processes. In fact, the importance of this vitamin is so great that even the dermatological industry has used it for years in skincare products. That is why many anti-wrinkle creams use derivatives of vitamin A such as retinol. Retinol is a form of vitamin A that has been shown to help improve the appearance of the skin, stimulate cellular renewal, and reduce the appearance of wrinkles over time. However, although these products can be useful, it is important to remember something fundamental. The skin also needs to be nourished from the inside. When the body receives enough vitamin A through the diet, it can naturally support the processes that help keep the skin more renewed, healthier, and with a younger appearance even after the age of 60. Now then, there is a mistake that many people make. They believe that just by taking these vitamins from time to time, they will see results in their skin. Many times something very common happens. The person hears that a certain vitamin is good for the skin, decides to consume it for a few days or a few weeks, and then expects to see an immediate change in the mirror. But when that change does not appear as quickly as expected, they simply abandon the habit.